Late with it. I am super late with it this morning. Yes, sir. Late. I am late. I'm late. Ain't no other reason. You know what I'm saying? All right, but I got a good reason why I'm late today and late this morning, y'all, for the show and for the college football picks. And that's because simply y'all know that I be doing my little coaching thing. I'm always volunteering to do that. And I'm doing that in an outstanding way right now. So I am doing basketball. And as we know, basketball season is approaching, and I'm doing the same age group. I got second graders. The difference is with basketball is there'd be so many kids that sign up that we actually got, they got kindergarten, first grade, second grade. So I got all the second graders. It's just all second graders, all 8 and 9 year old kids, you know what I'm saying, depending on where their birthday fall or whatever. And I'm doing basketball now. And we had the draft this morning. We had the pre-draft workouts this morning. And I couldn't miss that. I had to go and see what the competition looks like, and you also get to write down the kids number. They got numbers on their back, and you get to mark it down, so when you draft your team, you know what I mean, your team's good, whatever. And they're doing that to evenly match up these teams, right, to try to evenly match teams, but it's actually like a real draft. So the draft is I think it's on the 22nd. I can't remember what is that, like a Wednesday, next Wednesday or something. Next Wednesday is the draft for the league. So I got to scout the kids today. You know what I'm saying? And my son's automatically on my team, of course. But so I'll let y'all know how that work out and how that goes. You know what I mean? Once I draft, because they're already giving me a hard time now. So it's crazy, but we'll get it going. I just wanted to talk about that's why I don't have any of the slides picked today. I don't got the fancy being shared thing on back and forth today. I don't have that. I just got the flat out regular old picks on the screen, and then I'll go through them and we'll pick, what I'm saying, accordingly. Once he comes up in here, I sent him the link, but I just keep him rolling for right now until he pops up in here. All right. So what up with y'all though, man? I hope that everybody up out there good, man. We seen we seen Boston College and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech absolutely dominated them in that game. I don't know if y'all got the chance to watch that game, but they absolutely dominated Boston College in that football game. They look totally different. They look ready. They looked ready. Maybe they got off to a slow start. It seemed like they know what they're doing. I wish that Kyron Jones would take care of the ball a little bit better, but that comes with some of the inexperience that's going on or whatever. So, but they did wind up beating Boston College 42-21. Virginia Tech did, right? Now, what up, Shad? What up, bro? What's going on with you, bro? I can't hear you.
What up? What up?
Ain't nothing, man. I had to keep it. I had to start off real quick, jump up in here, man. You get a chance to check out that Virginia Tech and Boston College game?
I didn't even know they were playing.
Man, they Virginia Tech straight dominated them in that game, Shad. Straight up domination, bro. Like it was just, bro, wow, it was crazy. What about Florida Seminoles, Florida State took on Duke, and in that game, it was sloppy. That was a very sloppy game to me. And Duke actually wanted to give Florida State the game, and Florida State still couldn't pull it off. They had to move to their third string quarterback and a true freshman and to play the game, and they still only wind up winning the game by a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So, um, Duke, I'm afraid of that 6-1 record. Don't let that 6-1 fool you from Duke. I think that they're very beatable. Um, I do all, but they did beat Florida State 23-16. You get a chance to check that one out, Shad?
No, I was working there. No.
Okay, all right. So I feel you in a little bit. Well, Oregon smashed Purdue. They absolutely dominated them, not 35 to nothing. They put something on them that was crazy, bro. They just did it nice and slow. I think they took it a little easy on them. They took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, moving personnel around. Because I don't think that it would have been worth to keep in like, their starters and everything. They was moving around people and pulling in their third and fourth strings. And I respect that from Oregon. You know what I'm saying? I do. but they did pull back on them, but they still beat Purdue 35-0 in that game. Then you got the last night, BYU and Oklahoma State, man. We got to talk about that game. That game came down to the wire. The wire. I actually said something crazy. One of my crazy takes was, and I always got one. You know, I'm good for one a week, Shad. And I said that Oklahoma State would wind up beating BYU. Now, my question to you is, did BYU win that game, or did Oklahoma State lose that football game?
Man, when you look at that last play, the last touchdown, because I saw the highlight and I said, man, that was the type of effort on that last play that was like, hey man, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't want to play anymore, and y'all can have it. Because I mean, the man should have been tackled. You know?
Absolutely, 100%, bro.
I mean, when you factor in, you bring in a new quarterback. He's somewhat effective. Ollie Gordon has a decent game. You know what I mean? You put up over 30 points, and to lose it like that, you force BYU's quarterback into two interceptions. So, I mean, you should come out and win the game. But I mean, that just, to me, after just looking at the last play, it just says a lot about the state of affairs that are going on at Oklahoma State, a team that, going into this season, the first season without Oklahoma and Texas being the two carriers, should I say, of the conference. Now the ball is in your court, essentially, and you just come out and you're 3-4.
3-4 and 0-4 in the Big 12. They haven't won a Big 12 conference game yet.
You're essentially, at this particular point, since you, like I said, you put that perspective there, you have nothing to play for.
I thought last night that's what I said. That was part of my take too, Shed. That's funny you say it like that, because I'm like, look, they got everything. This is like their bowl game, playing an undefeated BYU. You know what I'm saying? BYU got shit to lose. They don't got nothing to lose. Go out there and play your hardest. Play your heart out. Like, granted, they're missing 3 of their impact players on defense. They were playing with a backup quarterback, but BYU had no answer for that backup quarterback. Absolutely no answer. He ran, what was it, 60-something yard touchdown? Or was it more than that, people? Like, I mean, he took off on him, bro. He took off on him. He wound up getting hurt. I think they said it was a broken clavicle or something like that is what the injury, what they were called, because he did fall hard on his shoulder, and I think that's somewhere up in the collarbone area or something like that. I don't really know what the injury is, but I know it's somewhere in that area. But bro, like, they had no answer for them. If he had played the rest of that game, I think Oklahoma State just beats on them. Ollie Gordon has one of his best games in 5 games since they played South Dakota State. He ran all over BYU, and to be honest with you, if you look at the way BYU played last night, and granted, good teams and great teams just find ways to win. I don't care what the score looked like, but if you get in to look at that game, I think that other teams are able to look at that game and say, okay, BYU is beatable. You can beat BYU. And I seen that last night. They are a good football team. They are a damn good football team. Do not get it twisted. I'm not going to say, because they can beat you in the air and they can beat you on the ground. The running back had over 100 yards rushing last night. I'm not saying that BYU is not a good football team. That's not what I'm saying. BYU can be beat. And I thought Oklahoma State should have done it last night, man. But unfortunately, they dropped the ball. That defensive coordinator got to go, Shad. He got to go. What it do, DP? You said Oklahoma State usually plays better later in the season. Yeah, I get that. That, bro.
Like I said, I said it last week. I said, They lose their 3 games and then they kind of turn it on. But this right here is just is unexpected, to be honest, for them to be at 4 losses right now. And like you said, they had made the quarterback change, so now they're back to the original starter who has not been effective up until this particular point. So I mean, it's interesting.
It
To me,
is.
it just looks like it's gonna be another team this offseason that's looking for a quarterback in the portal. At this point.
I don't think BYU can beat Iowa State. That's just my opinion, though. I got Iowa State winning the Big 12. I picked them preseason, so before they that, but I don't think that they can beat them, man.
But you know
Oklahoma
what?
State had them on the ropes.
BYU is sneaky because BYU had a season similar to this Zach Wilson senior year, 2017. I remember that. I remember that year, obviously because we had a good year, but it was a situation where um, I don't know how it played out. But BYU didn't have anybody to play. We didn't have anybody to play. And obviously, this is, no, they weren't going to just make that game in the middle of the season. But
Right.
it's like, hey, we don't have anybody to play. Hey, let's go play BYU. And BYU, like, yeah, let's go play Miami. But obviously, that's not going to happen in the middle of the season. The schedules have been set. You know, money's been put aside for travel and stuff like that. But yeah, BYU, they have a sneaky year like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where things just fall into place for them. And so
Ain't nobody believe in BYU before the season. It's crazy how a lot of people out here rooting for them. People had them at the bottom half. The pros had them at the bottom half. Vegas had them at the bottom half. If you bet on BYU going over their games, you already got paid for that because they only was what I think it was at 3.5 games or something like that. Everybody in the damn football world, nobody had BYU except a damn BYU Cougar fan. But they are a great football team. They are a good football team. I don't want to say great, but they are a good football team. They are. They look good, and they were able to come out with the win. And that's what great teams do. They're able to come out and win however they can. Um, I don't like the I don't like to blame games on referees. You know what I mean? But the referees are very inconsistent in college football, man. They call sometimes and then sometimes they don't. That last play where that quarterback, right before he threw that touchdown, the quarterback got loose, I think, Chad, and he ran for like a 40-something yard gain. Um, and it was an obvious hole. He pulled on the damn defensive lineman's jersey from the back. He let it go in time, but still, like, I think you got to be consistent with those type of calls that late in the game. Now, I don't know if that was brought up in any press conference or anything because I haven't had time to watch that. You know what I mean? That game was on late as ever. Then I had to get up this morning and do had to go to the pre-draft workouts for the basketball league that I'm coaching for or whatever. So it was just it was crazy, bro. But it was a good game. And shout out to BYU, man, and the Cougars doing their thing, man. I don't like to blame it on it, but I definitely would like to see some more consistency. Fresno was able to beat Nevada. I didn't get a chance to check out that game at all. I didn't even get to watch the condensed version, so I'm not going to talk about it. But Fresno beat Nevada 24-21. But we will definitely get into talking about the Miami Hurricanes taking on Louisville. I'm hearing a lot of Hurricanes fans is kind of tight with that, bro. Like, how you feeling about this game?
when you say tight, what you mean tight? What you
Like,
mean?
I like, I done heard everything where, man, my chest is tighten up. I'm a little nervous with this game. Um, it's a
Oh.
sleeper game. You know what I mean? Like, how you feel about this Louisville game, bro?
I mean, when I always try to look at these things based on just a schedule standpoint. Louisville has to, they've, their schedule up until this point has been tougher. Obviously, playing Notre Dame, playing Georgia Tech, and playing, I said Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, and SMU last week. So
Mhm.
they played when you look at just the names on the schedule, they played a tougher schedule. So when you, I guess, I mean, I can't speak for them. You know what I mean? The only, I guess the only thought that could go through my mind about why they're thinking it is because they perceive Louisville to be better than Virginia Tech and to be better than Cal.
Right.
And so that's the only thing. But me personally, it was a tight game last year.
Yeah.
You know, it was a game where their offense, they were able to do some things to our defense. You know what I mean? Were able to get their tight ends involved, which was not a strong point of their offense last year. And they were, I mean, for the most part, but they were able to get them involved against us. Then we have the crazy play where they scored a go-ahead touchdown where our two DBs literally run into each other, and then our superstar safety. I just don't just judging the out of bounds. I mean, I'm not on the field, so I can't say what he was thinking, but it just seemed like just that play was just just an just indicative of how our season had gone up until that particular point. We're going up to their place, you know what I mean? Sold out crowd. Um, I mean, I expect a good game. Like I said, I've watched Louisville play twice
Hmm.
this year. Um, watched them play SMU, watched them play Georgia. I mean, watched them play SMU, then watched the condensed version of Notre Dame. And the offense looks solid. They have some
Yeah.
weapons. They're one of the
Yeah.
teams that they spoke about being a winner in the portal. So, to me, it's gonna be a matchup of the two portal teams. You know what I mean?
Right.
Their
Hmm.
starting quarterback is a quarterback that was started his career at the University of Oregon. Was recruited, played for Coach Cristobal. So I'm sure there's gonna be a little edge to him. From that. We're coming off a bye week. I fully expect for our defense to play better because right now I was at work last night. I was thinking, I said, I got Isaac Brown on my fantasy team, and I'm trying to think about should I start him or should I start Mullins. I'm looking at both teams. Like I said, I like our defense. I like Illinois' defense because that's who Michigan's playing today. So I, I'm probably going to roll with Brown. Just go ahead and just roll with Brown because I do think that Louisville was the team that kind of really found those issues that our defense had last year, and I mean they played against a Notre Dame defense. They played against SMU, so I mean I don't think it's anything that we do unique that they're not going to be prepared for. But like I said, from an offensive standpoint, I'm not concerned with their defense putting up much resistance, to be honest.
Mm, mm. Yeah, you know what? I think y'all gotta get that run game going a little bit better this game. In my opinion, for the Hurricanes. I think the Hurricanes need to run the ball a little bit more, get that run game going. I want to see all that, that y'all went and got what his name? That I can't remember his name now. Damn, I don't forgot his name. I knew his name last year when he was playing up at Oregon. Damn.
Amen. Amen.
Damian Martinez. No, I'm just joking, but Damian Martinez. Yeah,
Amen.
but
We
get
got
him going,
superstar
get that running
quarterback.
game going. You say what?
So you got superstar quarterback, man. Is fighting for drafting position right now. Hey, somebody some somebody get the short somebody has to get the short end of the stick.
Right. I hear
Mhm.
that. I feel that. I understand that. You know what I mean? But yeah, get that going a little bit, Miami, and I think that they'll be all right. Put a little bit balance on that offense, because then you just open up the field for Cam and those good receivers that y'all got down there. Xavier Restrepo. I'm a big fan of Restrepo. He's unguardable. He is literally unguardable, and
So you
with
saying we
all the
Colorado on offense now? That's what you
huh?
saying? You
You
saying
say
we
what?
we, we Colorado on offense now?
Miami?
That's what you
Very
sound.
similar. Very similar.
Like.
Very similar. I wish I would run the ball more. You don't think y'all Hurricanes should run the ball a little bit more?
And I'm not concerned. To be honest with you, man, I mean, it'd be nice to do it,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm just looking at the aspect of what's putting points on the board, right?
It is.
So
It's passing.
Can Ward putting points on the board. And I think if again, like I said, I may be naive for saying this and may come off as a homer, but I feel like if we want to run the ball, we can run the ball. Right.
Okay. All
I
right.
just I look at it more so the aspect that people have to take into account that you have a quarterback who has full autonomy in this particular offense, right? So there
Mm-hmm.
may be a run play that's called, but if he sees something where, okay, I can throw the ball, I got a preferred matchup on the outside or something like that, then he has the ability to check out of the play, right? I mean, you're operating with an NFL quarterback, essentially. I'm not
All right.
afraid to say that.
Now I
So if
understand that.
NFL quarterback can look at a collegiate defense and say, "Hey, look, I can switch to this pass play, and this run that may get us 6 yards, I got a 20-yard pass play right here." So I feel, I mean, again, like I said, I may be naive, I may come off as a homer, but I feel like if we want to run the ball, we can run the ball. We
All right.
just got to realize what we're dealing with right now.
Okay. Well, from an outside, from me being an outsider and
Oh, of
not, you know what I
course,
mean, a
yeah, yeah,
homer
yeah,
of the
yeah.
Miami Hurricanes and looking at the team, I like Miami. I got them winning the ACC. But I just think if they're able to run the ball, especially in these bigger games like Louisville and the other teams that y'all may face, like you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with Miami, man. You ain't gonna be able to do a damn thing with Miami. Miami get the ball rolling, man. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing with Miami, man. They get the ball rolling. Oh Lord, he said, what's up, fellas? Keep grinding, Shaq. Hey, what up, Coach Hayes? Coach Hayes in the building. Oh, why did I freeze up like that? Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh
Yeah, that's
Lord.
that's crazy. No
What
D.
happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can't see
Hey,
me
but
though.
hey, bro, the freeze they got right now, bro. This is a wild freeze on you,
Bro, why they got me
bro.
stuck like, bro? Why they be doing me
Bro,
like that?
that's crazy. That's crazy. I just stopped. It's
Oh my
still there.
God. Hey, bro. I don't know what's going on
You
with it, man.
might have just rocking out audio.
Yeah, it all good. Yeah, I got you. So I just write, yeah, let me get that. But yeah, he said froze on the Diddy pose. Hey yo, Coach Hayes cutting up out here. But yeah, man, I just think that's all. Just
Hey
from me
man,
looking in, man, from the outside looking in. That's all I'm saying about the Hurricanes, man. They run the ball a little bit more, man, and I think this look great. It'll be a great. It's just another thing to add to that offense, man. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know. Yes, sir. And I'm glad you back, Coach Hayes. I'm glad you good and you
oh
in good
yeah,
health, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Glad everything all right. You back out here rocking with us in these YouTube streets. So I got Miami
he's
obviously
back.
winning this game. Is that who you pick? Obviously.
Huh? No, I'm taking Louisville.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What
Anyway,
kind of question is that? What
Virginia.
kind of question is that's hey, that's like you asking me when Oregon plays somebody, who am I taking? You know who I'm taking.
Well, I
You
mean, I mean, I know who you're supposed to be taking, but that don't mean
Nah,
that
I'm
you're
just saying you
necessarily
know
gonna
who
go
I'm
with that
taking.
pick.
Nah, you know who I'm taking.
All right, facts. All right. Well, can you, as long as you can still hear me, and I'm gonna get this going right in the background or whatever, and I'll
Man,
get my picture good. But Virginia taking on Clemson, man. Who you got in that game and why?
I gotta take Clemson, man. Like I said, like I told you in the first game of the season when we talked about them playing Georgia, even though that stuff did not come to fruition and I felt lied to by my the Clemson fan that I know that we rock out. But aside from the Georgia game, right now, everything that he said, that the changes that they made, the improvements that they made, all of it has come to fruition right now. So they're not Clemson of 2015, Trevor Lawrence. They're not there, which, and again, to me personally, I think um, that would be wrong to compare them to that, because you're talking about, at least from the last 24 years, you're talking about at least a top top 15. I'll say top 15. We're talking about some top 15 teams. Maybe those Deshaun Watsons probably cracked the top 10. Again, like I said, I'm talking about from a 24-year span. So Clemson fans don't say, "Oh no, we got top five." Like, no, we really gotta look at what the top five consists of. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but it's come to fruition, man. And UVA again. You put me on game to them last week. You know they were 4-1 last week, so they played a tough game. Real balanced team. You know what I mean? A real balanced team. Not just anybody that's just head and shoulders like superstar players. But I just think Clemson is rolling right now, man. And quiet, right? They a
Hmm.
lot of the spotlight, and the good thing about it though is that coming into the season, and I think that was beneficial for Dabo and even to the Clemson program,
Yeah.
with just the calamity that is going on around college football. No one is talking about them. Like
Right.
people are still, like the Alabama lost to Vandy, Georgia, Georgia losing to who did Georgia lose to? Wasn't Kentucky?
Ah, they lost to Bama.
Oh yeah, Bama. Then you got Kentucky beating Tennessee. You know what I mean? So you got just I'm not Tennessee, but beating Ole Miss. So you
Yeah.
got a whole lot of calamity going on, and Clemson is able to just that loss to Georgia. It's in the rearview mirror. No one's talking about it anymore, and they just they're getting
They
back to
balling.
business. Yeah,
They
they
balling.
and I'm talking about like when we say balling, we're talking about like they're 30 plus
See,
40.
my thing is with Clemson, Shad, is that they get off the slow starts. Like that offense, like their second half adjustments, Dabo and that staff, their second half adjustments are excellent. They go out in halftime, they make adjustments, they come out and they start rolling on teams. They played Wake Forest, and I was looking at that Wake Forest game last week, and I'm like, oh my God, like why is Clemson looking like they're struggling with Wake Forest right now? What the hell is going on? Like, and I'm like, and they really was like, battling them and for like the first quarter. With a team like Virginia, they cannot come out like that. And they're at home. Clemson is at home. So hopefully that gives them an upper hand in this game. And they get rolling. That crowd gives them the energy, you know what I'm saying, to do what they need to do. Because if they come out lackadaisical like they did versus Wake Forest and all the other games where they get start off kind of slow, they got to come out and establish this thing immediately versus West from Virginia. Because if Clemson, I think they can come back on a team like Virginia, but at the same, like no, what I'm gonna say is if Virginia, my fault, if Virginia get out ahead of Clemson, I don't think that Clemson could come back on a team like Virginia. Virginia's not bad. They're not a bad football team at all this year. They're all right. And I got the chance to look at them, and they are all right. They probably should have. Who did they play? Was it SMU or Louisville? I think it was SMU they had played, and I thought or Louisville, and I think they should have got that game. I can't remember which one it was, but I thought they should have had got that game. That was one of the, huh? What'd you say, Shaq?
No, I'm with you. I said it was. No, I was saying it was one of those two.
Yeah.
It may have
So
been SMU to be honest.
yeah, I think it was SMU too. When it was kind of so they can run the ball. They got a decent defense. Clemson got to come out and they got to get started. Like I said, quick on this football game, get established early. And that's what I mean by starting out quick. I don't mean coming out scoring fast. Just establish the things that you adjust in the second half. Come out with that energy right there. Come out established versus Virginia, and don't play around with them, because if you do, then you'll wind up losing this game. Clemson, you'll be another one of those upsets and what's going on in college football today. But I do think Clemson got the upper hand because they're at home. So I will take Clemson in this game. And who's your pick?
I'm gonna take Clemson. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
take
All
Clemson.
right. I ain't been writing them down, but I'm gonna write them down because I got mine because I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because I gotta make my picks when I get off here. Gotta make my picks, you know what I'm saying? Gotta put my picks in because I hit my parlay, you know what I'm saying? $5 had got me like I think I was 85, but I'll take it because I only had five. So shit, I was up 80. You did. um That's grocery money. I don't care what y'all talking about. That's grocery money out there. Groceries to get food don't went up.
Mhm.
Nebraska and Indiana, dog. Kurt Signetti
You
is
know
out
what?
there.
I,
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, man, before the season, who would have imagined that this matchup right here would be one of the best games, not just of the week, but could be one of the best games of the entire season. I mean,
Mm,
like Kirk. I'm disrespectful Signetti versus Matt Rule with the Dylan Raiola cosplaying Patrick Mahomes. I just saw a video prior to us hopping on. He spent the bye week working out with Patrick Mahomes'
Yeah.
personal, coach and stuff like that. So I mean, bro, like this game right here is a game for like true football fans. This is not a game that you watching to see who the superstar is. I mean, they got got Curtis Roy. So I mean, you got the quarterbacks. So I mean, if you're in a good quarterback play, I mean, you got that with Curtis Rourke and you got Dylan Raiola. This
Mm-hmm.
game right here is gonna be so hard to pick, man, because I think both teams are going to bring a physical presence. Me personally, I'm as much as you sold me on Kirk Signetti and what he's been able to do at Indiana, bringing his guys, some of the guys from James Madison, getting Curtis Rourke, I'm really leaning more towards Nebraska in this game, but I
Okay.
really feel like this is a 50-50 game. And to me, this is the toughest game to pick of the entire day.
Yeah. I feel you. Indiana haven't let me down yet. I mean, they just haven't let me down yet. I've been rolling with them damn near every week. They've been right. If you've been putting your bread on Indiana, Indiana's been doing you good. So I feel like it's one of them things. Like if you pick them to win, you like, all right, I can live with that because they've been rolling. Like you said, it's going to be a good chess match. This is going to be a good chess match for both teams. But I do think that Indiana has they just he had that coach. They're very well coached, man. They got talent and they're very well coached. They got more than one running back. They not one of their running backs is standing out. They got more than one running back they use throughout the game.
Yeah.
Um, their defense is there. I think Indiana got and they're at home. And they're at home. And I gotta go with Indiana to win this game, man. Hands down, man. I'm a big fan of what they gotta do. But I will say this though. Curtis Rourke, right? I like to say Ryu. I don't know why I like to say Ryu, but Curtis Rourke, Rourke, he has to take care of the ball this game. And Dylan Raiola has to too. Them Nebraska playing the Rutgers the way they did, I think shows some things about Nebraska where you can stop. And I think Indiana and Kurt Signetti, like you said, he's disrespectful. They come out,
Very.
man, and I think they put it on Nebraska. To be honest with you,
I
bro,
mean, I mean, I
I
mean,
think
he's
they
one of
get them,
the
bro.
yeah, he's one of the few coaches that you can say that hey, this the spread, bet,
Yeah, yeah,
bet, bet, this the spread, bet. We gonna get that. Don't worry about it.
that's a
The
bet,
money, the money's safe over here with the Signettis.
right?
Auburn versus Missouri, man. I don't know, man. I mean, Missouri, Auburn's 2-4. Don't have a quarterback. This is not. I mean, this is not the Auburn that
That
I
Hugh
don't know, man. I
Hugh
don't.
promised you, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Hugh Freeze at this particular point. This is his second year here, right? I'm not. I'm not. I don't think anybody in Auburn. I don't think anybody in college football as far as Hugh Freeze was expecting for Auburn to be 2-4 right now,
And
and having
0-3.
questions about the quarterback position. Like for crying out loud, you revived Chad Kelly. So I mean, maybe Peyton Thorne, either the magic is worn out or Peyton Thorne just. I mean, he got ran out of Michigan State, so I mean, it is what it is. In Missouri, I mean, like you say, you got Brady Cook. At this particular point in time, it's kind of like you lost your defensive coordinator. He's not at
Mm-hmm.
LSU, so that
That's a
it's gonna
problem.
take some time to get over it. You lost Cody Schrader, who was a guy who ended up being a big surprise,
Mm-hmm.
from a running back position last year. Luther Burden's been banged up. Brady Cook is not a quarterback that you're just looking to put the entire offense on his shoulders. I mean, you're 5-1, but you very well could end up being in the same boat as Ole Miss this particular week, where you just take a loss to a team that you're just not supposed to lose to. But I'm gonna roll with Missouri
Yeah.
simply because I just feel like Peyton Thorne is just not going to be able to. I mean, you went with the backup. That wasn't it. Then you went back to Peyton Thorne. So I mean, when you got two quarterbacks, you have none. So I'm gonna go with the team that has the more stable quarterback situation.
I believe that Auburn can get it done, man. I believe that Auburn can get this done, dog. Um, against Missouri, and especially with the team being the way that it is with Mizzou. Mizzou's at home, however, and I do think that this is a prove-it game for Auburn. They got to come out and they got to prove they're going to play their hearts out. But I also think that Missouri knows that they got to stay up on their wins. And I'm going with Missouri also, man. But I do believe in Auburn, what they got to do. And I think that next year, give Hugh Furies 1 year, this team is going to hit a total 360 that we ain't seen. But yeah, I'm going with Mizzou, man, in this game. Now, ECU and Army being ranked 23, I guess Army and Navy being ranked for the first time to both together and both undefeated in like what they said it was like 50 years. It's been a long ass time. I don't know how many years it was to be exact, but it's been a long ass time since they was undefeated. And they're taking on East Carolina today, the Pirates. East Carolina, that air raid, that air raid they got going on over there. I don't know if Army is really built to. I think, bro, could be a shocker. It could be with that Army game for real. It could. East Carolina could shock Army. I don't know what the point is with East Carolina, but I like Army though. I like Army in that game. I do. I like Army.
Yeah, I'm a roll with Army too. I mean, maybe if this was a Power 5. Power 4. Well, it's still 5 conferences. It's one just doesn't have many members. But maybe if this was a P5 team, then maybe I probably feel a little bit more confident. But like, nah, I can't rock.
I hear you. Wisconsin and Northwestern. Just a quick pick. Who you got?
I'm going with Wisconsin, man. Like I said last week, I feel like right now they have it. They have what they need going. And again, like I say, this is the type of second year that we would expect Hugh Freeze to be having. Obviously, Wisconsin has gone through some things, but again, you're sitting at 4-2, second year, lost your starting quarterback. Still trying to get what Luke Fickell wants into this particular program established. And like I said, last week, running back had a phenomenal game for them, which again is something that people get Phil Longo caught up in the whole air raid aspect of it. But if anybody looked at his time in North Carolina, they were just as dangerous running the ball. In my opinion, were much more dangerous. In my opinion, I mean, I can say this from a first-hand account. Like, they were much more dangerous running the ball against us than they were passing the ball. And they, had 2 NFL quarterbacks during his particular time there at North Carolina. But I think it's coming together. Northwestern, a team that, kind of shocked a lot of people last year, having the season where they they only won 1 game or won no games and then came back and won 8. So I don't necessarily know from a fan base perspective, were they expected for them to build off of that?
Yeah.
I mean, 6 games, you got 12. So, I mean, I'm not expecting for them to run off 5 wins in a row. And I expect them to lose this game, so I don't expect them to match their win total from last year.
Nah, they probably 6 games maybe if that. I mean, the Big Ten it got a whole lot tougher for Northwestern. But I do like what David Braun is doing over there. He built like an authentic program. Northwestern don't get talked about a lot. They were actually another one of those teams who did not go heavy into the transfer portal. They grabbed a couple of players out of there, but they didn't go stupid heavy in there. And he got culture going on over there. He recruits decently over there at Northwestern. David Braun does. I don't think Wisconsin's going to be able to run the ball like how they did against Rutgers. They smashed Rutgers, and I don't think David Braun they coach pretty good. I believe in Cam Porter. I like that running back at Northwestern and Northwestern at home. I think they shock them. I think I'm
But you
going with
know,
Northwestern.
you go Northwestern.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
but you know what? When you bring up the portal thing, to me, it kind of shows that some of these schools are still upholding their academic standards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Northwestern is one of those schools where it's like, hey, look, you know, we can hop in the portal, but hey, we still got academic standards.
Okay.
Y'all are student athletes over here. You can
Right.
be an athlete student somewhere else, but you're gonna be a student athlete here.
Right. 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 No, that's facts. That's facts, and that's a great take. I like that. Um, UCLA and Rutgers.
I mean, what? Before we get into the pick, what was your expectation for UCLA this year?
Oh, I was expecting UCLA, man, to be not to have a winning record, to be honest, but to be a little bit more competitive in these games than what they have been, if that makes sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be right there, to lose close, put it that way, to lose close. You know what I mean? Not to lose close, not lose big. You know what I mean? So they got a long way to go at UCLA. Deshaun, they got a long way to go. And I thought that they would be a little bit better, but damn, 1-5, 4 in the Big Ten. And they got Rutgers at home, but they did play good last week. UCLA did show good last week. They looked like they finally got the ball rolling on that offense, and Rutgers looked like they got a little exposed by Wisconsin. So it may seem like it's a big pick, but the teams like UCLA and Northwestern and East Carolina and Auburn, it's playoff time for them now to get to play these teams. They playoffs start now. They get to play spoiler. So
So Rutgers going to UCLA, right?
no, UCLA going to Rutgers.
No, I'm taking Rutgers, dude.
All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I take
an
Rutgers.
early kick too. Oh
Yeah, I take Rutgers. Okay. Wake Forest and UConn, man. UConn at 4-2 right now. Wake Forest played pretty tough against Clemson. I got Wake Forest in that game, man.
Yeah,
I got Wake Forest. Yes, sir.
I ain't
Yes,
watched
sir.
Wake Forest play this year.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you UConn, man. I'm going with the record.
You got UConn?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you UConn.
All right, I'm going Wake Forest, man. I think Wake Forest could get it done, man, versus them. We'll see, though.
Man, you know this next game right here, Arizona State, Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Man,
yes.
I gotta tip my hat to Kenny Dillingham.
Oh,
Man took over mess last year at Arizona State. Ended up starting Jaden Rashada. You know, we're able to win some games. Jaden Rashada gets hurt, bringing it back up. The whole world learns about Scatterboo, and now they're sitting here at 5-1. You know, 2-1 in the Big 12, in a conference that's still wide open.
yeah.
There's no. I mean, obviously BYU is undefeated. Iowa State is undefeated, of course. You know, so it's not wide open, but they're right there. You know, they're right there along with, you know, a couple other teams. So, I mean, they're doing a good job, man. Like I say, it's gonna be a lot of contestants out here for this Baylor job. You know, but because me personally, I'm leaving Arizona State. I'm going to Baylor. Much better recruiting area. I think Baylor will spend more money. You know what I mean? That's me. But
Yeah.
Cincinnati, like I say, you've talked about it. You talked about Brendan Sorsby, you know, playing
He
better.
looks a lot better, man. He looks a lot better, Shad.
Yeah,
He looks a lot better than what he did up at Indiana. I must give it to them, man.
yeah. So, but like I said, I'm a roll with Arizona State. Like I say, Kenny Dillingham is one of those coaches that, you know, I like. Like I said, started at Florida State under Mike Norvell, then went over to Oregon for that with Dan Lanning his first year. Kind of started the Bo Nix, you know, transformation into what Bo Nix ended up becoming, you know, when he left Oregon. So, like I said, he's one of those young and up and coming guys that, like I say, I really like, you know, what he's doing, and so, like I said, I'm gonna roll with Arizona State.
And hey, look, in this game, this is probably one of them games where I wouldn't touch if I was betting, because I think it's going to be close. And it's like, this is one of them 50-50 type of games. But for me to go out here and pick a team today, I like underdogs, but I do like what Cincinnati got going on. I think that Cincinnati has a decent defensive of line. A lot of people seen those 40 points that that Texas Tech put up on them, and they say, well, Cincinnati ain't really got a defense. They ain't got this like y'all. We just like BYU, and they let Oklahoma State, a team that was 3-3, straight up score over 30 points on them in the game. Like you're going to see week in, week out different football teams in college football. I like what Brendan Sorsby is doing right now. I like what Cincinnati has done with him, the way that he's playing in that system. They got a decent running game with those two running backs. Corey Kiner, I can't remember the other guy's name. I do got Corey Kiner on my fantasy. I think he got to get back rolling this week. I think that Scatterboo is a huge part of Arizona State's offense, and if you can limit Scatterboo, and then you got a chance to beat Arizona State because they like to control the clock with him, and I think that Cincinnati is built to do that. So look, and they're at home. I'm going with Cincinnati, man. I'm going with Cincinnati in this game, bro. I mean, yeah, obviously you could tell from my take that I was going to go with them probably a little bit, but yeah, I'm going with Cincy in that game. Crazy pick, but I wouldn't bet on it. But yeah, if I got to pick, that's what this show is. It's pick and roll. Coastal Carolina, Raging Cajuns. I'm going Louisiana. They ain't let us down. I don't know. Coastal might beat them though. I don't know. In that game.
It's a Sunbelt game. And again, you know the thing about this too. Again, like I said, I don't think we again, like I say, we just convene on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like I say, schedule's been off, so we really just had time to just generally kind of talk. So we try to kind of put all this stuff together. But the bid for this playoff spot for the G5 is going to be interesting.
It is.
It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, most people want to probably see, Boise get it because there's a lot of talk out here about, and obviously Travis said what he said about, Ashton Jeanty, and then some former Miami Hurricane player made a statement about Ashton Jeanty and stuff like that. People trying to discredit what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But like I say, who's going to make it from the G5? Like, it's like they are incentivized this year like no other to play the best that they can play. So like I said, UNL Monroe, it seems like Billy Napier, you shouldn't have never left.
Maybe this opens up
job security if you were still there now.
Maybe this opens up for what you, me, and a lot of people have been talking about for years. And I heard people talking about it before I actually got the idea and I knew about it. But maybe it opens up for the G5 to finally get their own playoff bracket. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe that, but the way that we read the rules, though, Shad, didn't we read the rules? And you was there when we broke it down, right? Like, did it necessarily say that only one G5 team can make it?
No. It guaranteed the highest ranked G5 team spot. But I already kind of see how this is already setting up. Like, they're not the Calamity has the strike. In order for them to get two G5 teams within a 12-team playoff. Now, when it goes to the 14 team, maybe then a second one can squeeze in. But like right now, they're not letting two in there. No.
Okay. Yeah, because I was about to say, because by being technical and by the rules that they've put down in that, because I think we did a whole show on it and we talked about it. It actually was a good show. We had a conversation. We pulled up the bracket. We let them explain the rules. From what we've researched, more than one G5 team is supposed to be able to get a bid in the college football playoff if the records are there.
But the way, again, like I say, no one predicted what. Again, like I said, you said it, right? You didn't believe anybody was gonna go undefeated this year, right? So when you set that precedent, it's like, all right, one loss is still considered undefeated, right? Two losses is considered one loss.
Right.
3 losses is considered just 2 losses, right? And again, the NCAA has already set the precedent in the past with LSU saying that a 2-loss team can go and play for the national championship, and LSU ended up winning with 2 losses. So again, I mean, the deck is stacked. Like they're literally treating 3 like 2. So if a SEC or a Big Ten team has 3 losses, and we're talking about a 1-loss G5 team, and you're not the one that got the automatic bid, no.
Yeah, you're right about that.
No.
Right. You're right, bro.
It's gonna be big bank take little bank. Because again, you gotta look at who could potentially be that 3-loss team, and what G5 team has a following. Aside from that. Now, maybe again, if Boise State is the G5 team and they don't get the automatic bid, maybe they could do it against maybe a smaller P5 brand. But other than that, you got to get that spot, and that's it.
Yeah, because a lot of these brands, I ain't like Boise. You know what I mean? Like you got Memphis, they may be there, or Liberty, and Army and Navy are undefeated right now. So one of them got to finish under, but they got to play. They both have to play Notre Dame, and they have to play each other. So one of them is going to either wind up with 2 losses or just 1, however that goes.
What conference are they in, though? They're not in a conference, though, right?
They are. They're in American Athletic.
American Athletic. Okay, I thought they were still independent. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So all heck broke loose when Vandy beat Bama. Ole Miss has 2 losses, which again, like I said, it's gonna be treated as 1 loss. So yeah, UL Monroe, Boise, whatever, only one of y'all is gonna make it. Yeah. Unfortunately. Because I don't see a scenario where it's like 5 teams with 4 losses. I don't see the scenario playing out.
And that's why instead of expanding, now would you agree with this? Instead of expanding the college football playoff to 14 teams, why not just go ahead and just make a G5 bracket? Why not?
I mean, me personally, I think it's gonna come down to like TV and stuff like that. Because again, people that are paid way more than me, I can't speak for your money, for your pockets. I'm gonna say way more than me. They look at this. It's like, okay, what G5 teams are you actually invested in and watching? You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like it almost comes off as like the FCS playoff. You know what I mean?
I actually watched the FCS playoff.
But the thing of it is like if this is how things have changed, right? So if someone brings up FCS, the first thing they'll say North Dakota State, right? But if you watched it, again, like you said, South Dakota State won.
And Montana was good.
And they beat Montana.
Right.
But seeing as that North Dakota State is the one that kind of is the brand over there, you'll still think that they're running things. When in reality, y'all not still running things, right? So that's kind of what it is, and I think that kind of be what it is with the G5, because obviously it'll be a little bit more brand, because like I said, I think people can name, like I think many people still remember D'Angelo Williams. Oh yeah, D'Angelo Williams went to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So you'll still kind of remember some names or some players. So it kind of be like, okay, I may be intrigued to watch them, because obviously if they're in the playoffs, then maybe they got another D'Angelo Williams. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've asked for a seat at the table for the longest of time, and Boise State was the one, in my opinion, at least during this era, the BCS, towards the end of the BCS era, they were the team that had the biggest argument to say, look, hey, we want a seat at the table, but it was just 2 teams, and like, bro, we're not giving you a seat at the table. And then when it went to 4, Cincinnati was the first team to actually get in there, right? So I think, with the transfer portal the way that it is, man, expanding it, if you get 2 teams in there, I think
before you know it, bro, there's gonna be 18 teams in a damn playoff, man. Because these brands is trying to make money, like how you said, it's about the bottom line, and bowl games don't matter. So this is one way where you can make these bowl games matter. At least this year, 12 bowl games is going to matter. Period.
Yeah.
12 bowl games is going to matter this year. And once they see how much money those 12 bowl games make, they're going to want to make 2 more. Then they're going to want to add 4. And before you know it, we'll have a goddamn football tournament like the NCAA basketball. And before that happens, I would say that simply just go ahead and put a G5 team in there. And then you would put, and then, I mean, and I don't know exactly how that would work. I mean, just thinking, just fantasy in my head. I haven't sat down and researched and actually done the logistics of this, right? I'm just going off of my mind and just thinking because I'm a football fan. But you would put a, I don't know, low tier Power 5 or, you know, the 4 laws Power 5 pro team in that bracket, or you just keep it straight G5. That way, we're getting the football we want, you get the bowl games you want, but they're actually competitive on every level. You're getting the best 12 of Power 5, the best 12 of G5. You get in 24 fucking bowl games that's going to matter. I think people will watch that because they're going to see the best G5 teams play the best G5 teams. We're not seeing garbage teams play garbage. We're not seeing that. We're not, you know what I mean? And because what's going to wind up happening, you're going to wind up seeing somebody getting their butt blown out. Maybe. But the way they got it set up, I think they got it set up pretty decent to where we'll see some competitive games. But we'll have to wait and see. But, man, I don't, you know, just thinking, just a thought real quick, man. We got hung up on that. Good convo, though. Good convo. South Carolina at Oklahoma, bro.
Man, I'm taking South Carolina. I got South Carolina defense starting on my fantasy this week. Oklahoma, like I said, I went into last week. I felt like Oklahoma had what it took to beat Texas. I did not know they had that many injuries, though, because, again, that was a conversation that we had prior to the game. I said, hey, look, if they're starting, you know, Arch, give me Oklahoma, but if Quinn Ewers is back, then I got to roll with Texas. But I did not know that Oklahoma was dealing with that many injuries. They still have those injuries right now. South Carolina's defensive line, and I've said this. I said
unreal.
I said this to South Coast Kane, and everyone when we convened the other day. I said, look, the teams that I've watched this year, like games that I watched, South Carolina to me has the most impressive defense. I'm not saying they're the best defense. I'm not saying it, but from my eye test, they are the most impressive looking defense that I've watched play this year. Even more so than watching Michigan's defense play. South Carolina's their defense, and like I said, it started up front. Their long pause at corner, physical team. Like, I mean, I've said this. They literally are the epitome of if Lenore Sellers was just a quarter better. South Carolina's undefeated right now.
Absolutely. I agree. And I know Bishop ain't gonna like it, but Bishop, man, there's some work that I gotta do over there at Oklahoma, man. South Carolina, I think they win this game, man. They win that game. I'll have to take Louisiana over Coastal Carolina also. I didn't pick, but I'll have to take them just because, you know, 5-1. Central Michigan, East Michigan, neither one of those teams have actually been playing that damn good in the MAC. They took some L's, but the MAC is playing each other really tough, though. I know y'all don't care about the MAC football, but I talk about all the games, and I actually pick on all the games. But I think I would have to roll with East Michigan in this game. But Central Michigan, they play tough, and they're a well-coached team. But I like Eastern Michigan in that game, though.
I'm gonna roll Eastern Michigan. They don't have the services of Connor Stallions on the sideline this year either.
Tulsa and Temple. I think that's easy. Tulsa. I think.
Man, this is the game right here.
Alabama take it on Tennessee.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm going Bama, man. I'm going Roll Tide. But go ahead, you cook.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest right there. Any other week, this is the game of the day. But I already told you what the game of the day was. The game of the day is Nebraska versus Indiana. That's the game of the day. But like I said, man, I'm gonna continue to say it about Tennessee. But who would have thought in 2024 that in this matchup Tennessee has a better defense? Now, if you said Tennessee had the better offense, like, oh, yeah, cool, yeah. Josh Hype was over there. But nobody was to suspect that in 2024, Tennessee would have a better defense in this game, right? Like I said, if you do not get Nico off of his spot, you're not beating Tennessee. Simply, you're just not going to beat Tennessee. And I don't think Alabama is going to be able to get him off of his spot. I think Tennessee's, this is going to be their first big test of the season defensively. James Pierce, they got him labeled as the best player in all of college football from a defensive perspective. So I'm taking the Volunteers because what, Alabama is coming to Knoxville.
So you want to put 20 on that? 20 push? You want to put them push-ups on that?
Sure.
All
I'm taking Tennessee. I'm taking a better team.
I feel you. I mean, from what Alabama has shown and what you have seen from Alabama, it's easy to say that Alabama is not going to do it, right? People are like, oh, they're going to lose a couple of games. Man, look, man, college football has shown y'all these young men have proven that some of them are professional, right? And it also has shown that there is no callous at practice, that a lot of these teams do not hit at practice, like Oklahoma State. They look like they get treated too much like professionals because they couldn't tackle for shit last night against BYU. Them motherfuckers couldn't hit a damn fly. What's them things you get paddled with when you in the frat? They couldn't hit a fly with that fucking thing. Hey. But I tell you what, them is Alabama. They are going to go, and I think they're going to shock. I think they're going to shock y'all, man. I think they're going to go out there and they're going to shock y'all. It seems like they've been playing down to their level, man. I don't know, man. I just like the Roll Tide, man. I think the Roll Tide this year is highly
disrespectful, game.
They about to go and put something on Tennessee, man. I believe in the Roll Tide. If I'm wrong, I'll come out here and I'll do the push-ups. But I'm rolling with Bama today, man. Because
wrong with that?
The noise that everybody putting out on them, I'm like, I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee. But y'all, from what I've been hearing, right, and from what I've researched, Tennessee do Tennessee things like how Ole Miss do, right? So Tennessee is about to do a Tennessee thing, and I like them. They're good this year. I really think that they're good. Their offense is there. Their defense is there. James Pierce, he comes through in the clutch. I think that, but you got to do something with Milroe. And they ain't faced nothing like Milroe yet. The one team that played a little resemblance of them did wind up beating Tennessee, and that was in Arkansas. And we'll see. But I got Bama, though. I got Bama.
Yeah. Oh, this is an intriguing matchup. Georgia Tech is sneaky.
I know, right?
They still got a running back playing quarterback.
Yeah.
But I got to respect them.
They both do, right?
I think Riley Leonard a little bit just a smidgen better of a passer. But I'm taking Notre Dame because I got Riley Leonard starting in my fantasy this week. So, I mean, I got to, like I told you, no objectivity with me. If I got fantasy on it, I got to take it. South Carolina, I'm taking the defense. So, that's what it is. Notre Dame. Let's go.
I think Notre Dame wins this game because of their defense. I think that they got a slightly better defense than Georgia Tech. I think this game comes down to, it's simple to say. It sounds simple. Who gonna get more stops? I think that Notre Dame's defense is set up to stop Georgia Tech more than Georgia Tech's defense is built to stop Notre Dame. Like you said, Riley Leonard can pass the ball slightly better. Looking forward to be a good matchup, like how you also said, bro. But at the same time, I think Notre Dame's defense is just a smidget better than Georgia Tech. So I'm going with Notre Dame in this game too, man. Yeah. Illinois and Michigan.
Man, you know
Illinois
how I feel about
Michigan.
You know how I feel about Illinois. You know how I feel about it. Look. Chuck and look.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You know how I feel about Illinois. You know how I feel about them.
You rolling with them?
I'm taking Illinois, man. Brett Gilliman. It was a hiccup last week. It was a hiccup. So we're gonna get back. You know what? No, it wasn't last week. They ended up winning the game. I'm gonna tell you something.
A big one.
Me and you played the fantasy. I had Illinois defense last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the whole first 3 quarters, I had 30 points defense, 30, which is well, it's not the max you can get, but it's what you start off with. I said, man, I'm straight. I look back at that thing went from like 30 to like 6. I said, what? Man, they let the folk come all the way back. I said, come
Went to
on.
overtime with Purdue, bro.
Come
Purdue.
on.
Purdue. They just got beat 35-0. Purdue.
Come on.
Purdue.
But hey, I'm still taking Illinois, man. Michigan, y'all ain't got no quarterback. It's over.
And that's the one thing, Toe. Go ahead, bro. That's the one thing, Shad. Shad, that's the one thing. That's the only reason why you're not taking Michigan in this game is because they don't have a quarterback.
No, I'm taking it because you know how I feel about that fighting the line now. That's why.
Okay, all right.
I remember Juice and Rashard Mendenhall. Like, yeah, I go back.
All right.
I go back.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I don't. If Michigan had any type of quarterback play, this game wouldn't even be called into question from people out there.
I don't care. JJ McCarthy.
People wouldn't even be thinking about it.
I don't care. JJ McCarthy was playing this year.
And guess what? Even without a quarterback, I still think that Michigan can run the ball all down Illinois and still get them.
They got to do something with Luke now,
and still get them.
And I ain't talking about Uncle Luke either. They got to do something with Luke.
Let's go, Big Blue. And I know that's a crazy pick. Don't listen to me on that pick because this is a biased pick for me. Just as this is a biased pick for Shad, this is a biased pick for me.
It's not a biased pick. Illinois is playing better than them. It's not biased.
Well, I mean, Illinois is playing better ball because Michigan don't have a quarterback. But Michigan, who got a better defense? Keep it a buck. Who got a better defense? You about to say Illinois do?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know who has the better defense.
Michigan, they defense is paper. I mean, but when Illinois goes to overtime with Purdue, bro, Purdue.
Hey, man.
In a high-scoring game, 49-51.
Default just lost to Washington, man.
They were exposed. And Washington is able to play, and they lost, but we're going to see that. And here I am talking about in other games, and I'm not applying it to the same thing. So thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. But you're going to see that in college football week to week, right?
I love it. And I love it.
I love it too. But I don't Big Blue, man.
Ain't wrong with them.
Big Blue, man. Big Blue.
I'm gonna tell you, if I was starting Mullins, I had to roll with Michigan, but I'm not.
Blue,
I'm starting Isaac Brown.
Big Blue, man. They about to play big boy ball with Illinois. They about to let them know, like, when it come down to it, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know y'all placing the Big Ten, and it ain't over us. Charlotte and Navy.
Man, we gotta go with the services.
Charlotte 2-0 in the American Athletic. They sitting at 3-3 overall, but they're undefeated in their conference. And see, people be like, I don't care about that pick, but listen, bro, they're undefeated. So is Navy, but Charlotte, I don't. All right, that may be one of the top 25 upsets of the day. That's all I'm saying. It may be one of them upsets for the day. I don't know what they giving Charlotte, how many points they giving Charlotte in this game, but if it's 10 or more, I'm taking it. I'm taking Charlotte with the 10 or more points. If they giving Charlotte 10 or more points in this game, I'm rolling with Charlotte because I think that they can do it versus Navy. That's just me though. I don't know. I'll take it. I know I won last night when I took Oklahoma State in that 9.5. I think they gave Oklahoma State like 9.5, 10, or there was a 10. I think it was at 10.5 when I actually picked or something like that. I think it was like 10. But I took them. So we won with 9.5. Still won that game. So I ain't mad about that. Shad, I can't hear you, bro. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So who you taking? Navy?
I tell you, hey, armed services. Let's go.
Okay.
Navy SEAL.
All right. I like Navy.
Man.
I like Navy. I like Navy to win this game straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if they're giving Charlotte 10 or more, bro, I gotta go with Charlotte in that one. Because I don't think they're gonna blow Charlotte out. If they gotta cover a spread, I don't think they cover it on Charlotte. Not at all. I don't think so. I don't know. It could be an upset, one of the top 25 of the day. North Carolina State and Cal. Oh.
Disappointment. North Carolina State been disappointment. They moved on for Grayson McCall. Got CJ Bailey starting, true freshman. who threw the ball to Jeremiah Smith and JoJo Trader in high school. So from the looks of it, they look like they've gotten their tight end a little bit more involved. I mean, looking at his fantasy, but I'm gonna take NC. I'm gonna take NC State in this game.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I can't. I'm not picking Cal. You got to walk down. Like I'm not picking you. I'm not
Okay.
picking you.
I'm
I'm not
picking
pick. Why would I pick you?
because they're a young team. They still out
You
there
don't know
learning.
how
They
to
young
hold
two
a lead
team.
at the crib. You
I
at
think
home.
yeah, they at home, and I'm rolling with them. I'm rolling with Cal. I think Cal get that win at home. North Carolina State has disappointed me. I'm
Yeah,
mad in that.
they've been a big disappointment. They was a dark horse playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
Yep. Yes, sir. I
I
had
want
them
to
at
say
that.
ACC, y'all have officially eliminated from any contention for ACC championship, anything. So it's a
So now
wrap.
we going to the trash bin of games, and we also
Yeah.
pulling out Houston and Kansas. Who you got?
Listen, this the only game where I got a fantasy player and I'm not picking the team. I'm not picking Kansas. Why? I'm not picking no Kansas. I'm going Houston.
All right.
F Kansas.
Yeah. Yeah, I will have to see if they gave up or not. I hope they didn't give up. I hope Kansas didn't give up in this game, but
All I needed 12 points from Devin Neal. That's all I need. No, I really need 16, 17.
all
I
right,
really need that.
Kansas. Don't let me down, Kansas. Let's go, Kansas. Let's go,
You picking
Jayhawks.
Kansas?
Yeah, let's go, Jayhawks.
Oh my.
Let's
Oh
go
my.
over Houston. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I think they got to get rolling, man. They got to put a win on the board. They 1-5 and 0-3. They got to win, bro. They got to put a win on the
Exactly.
board.
Say
If
that
they can't
again.
win against,
Say
if
it
they can't win
again.
against Houston, bro, I
What
don't
you
think they're gonna win
mean?
another one.
What you mean if they can't win against Houston?
If they can't beat Houston, I don't think they could beat nobody else, bro. And I'm just keeping it a buck, Shad. I don't
they
think they
they
like they.
1-5.
Yeah, bro.
They
But
not gonna beat
all
nobody.
right. Yeah, I mean Houston 2-4, 1-2. I mean, we'll see. We'll see though.
Hey, listen. Houston is expected to be there.
All
Kansas
right.
was expected to be wherever. I don't know where they played their Big 12 championship game, but Arlington, they were expected to be in Arlington. They're gonna be in Arlington, all right, watching
Yeah.
the other teams play.
All right. These next two picks. I seen Hawaii play the other night. I wasn't impressed.
I'm taking
Um,
Washington State,
yeah,
man.
Washington State, and
Quarterback going crazy. I got a fantasy
Texas State
player.
in the Sun Belt game over Old Dominion. Over in Old Dominion, they actually they beat Georgia or something like that. Who did they beat? I was like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, Washington State and Texas State, I'm taking them.
Yeah,
Wazoo and
yeah, I'm taking Texas State.
all right, and then the MAC game. We got two MAC games coming up. Ohio, Miami of Ohio, Kent and Bowling Green.
Kent's
Um,
terrible.
yeah, Kent
Bowling
is
Green,
terrible.
Bowling Green, y'all gave Penn State all they could handle. Y'all was supposed to be one of the teams in contention to get in that spot. It's a wrap. Um, I'm taking Kent State just because of that.
Oh, oh, all right,
I gotta throw something out there, man. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it fiery.
all right.
Buffalo.
But yeah, man, Bowling Green and Buffalo up there right now. But I'll take Ohio. I'll take the Bobcats over there. Bobcats, they 2-0 in the MAC right
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna take Ohio, Bowling
And
Green,
no, you took
Buffalo,
okay.
and I'm gonna
Yep.
take Northern Illinois.
All right. Over Toledo. That's a good game.
Yeah.
That is a good game. Yeah, because Toledo just lost to Buffalo, man. NIU and Toledo.
And I want
That's
to
a
take
good
Buffalo.
ass MAC game. If y'all get a chance to watch that MAC game, watch it. That's gonna be a good one. Toledo and NIU, it should be.
I want to take Buffalo last week, but you taught me to take it Toledo.
Man, and they should have beat Buffalo, bro. I don't know how, bro.
I want to take.
I don't know how in the hell. I don't know, bro.
Talk to
I'm
me.
telling you, bro. I was shocked. This shit, like, god damn, Buffalo back. They balling. Like, I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie. I was shocked. The shit.
Lighting out there, man.
That's how I know. That's what I'm saying. That's how I know that I like this shit, man. I love it. I love it. I love the way that college football airs right now because a lot of people don't pay attention to these other conferences, but unfortunately, I mean, we bring it all up, and I like it. I like what's going on. Toledo let me down with Buffalo. I think NIU gets that win. USF, I think USF beats on UAB. UAB,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. FAU and UTSA, shit. Um,
And the way FAU played against Michigan State to start the season, I thought they'd be much better than this. But
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna take them anyway.
yeah, I'll take them. I'll take FAU over UTSA. Tulane over Rice. USC and Maryland.
I'm not picking USC anymore. I told my dog Daryl Page that I said picking USC is just throwing away money. So I'm taking Maryland. It is. You pick USC right now, you just I want this. He'll take it.
I don't know. I didn't take them over Penn State. I actually won that game, so
I'm just saying,
but USC is a good ass football program, though. I ain't gonna lie, and so is Michigan. But Michigan got to win. I like USC. I like the way they showing, man. I mean, they right there, bro. They like right there, bro.
Right where?
I don't know, man. They're right on the cusp
They
of
won
being
at
a good
3.
football team, bro. The record to me is the record. I guess your record says what you are, right? And that's what they say. But to me, what I'm looking at, what I see with USC, y'all was able to pull one over on the LSU team. That LSU team that was able to beat Ole Miss. They barely lost to Penn State last week. They should have probably won that game against them. So listen. I
LSU
think they
kicking
right
themselves
there,
right
man. But Maryland, I like Mike Locksley, and it's hard to pick Mike against Mike Locksley being at home. But
exactly. USC.
being
Y'all
at
don't
home,
win.
I mean, come on. I didn't say I was going to take SC. I said I like what SC is doing.
Oh. Yeah, I'm
I didn't
taking
say
that.
that. I
I'm
didn't
not
say
saying
that. You know what I'm
U,
saying?
USC is at the point right now.
Maryland,
They at Kansas with me. I'm not taking y'all. Arizona versus
Colorado at
Colorado.
Arizona.
Mm.
Colorado at Arizona.
I'm gonna take Colorado.
Ooh. He took Colorado. He took Colorado. Listen.
I'm not impressed with Arizona, man.
That offensive line for Arizona is different. Arizona, they go into different more formations, different sets. They like,
I mean, it sounds good.
but listen, when it comes down to it, I'm hard on the Buffaloes. I know I'd be hard on Colorado, and I did say something because of me being the way that I am and the way that everything go with Colorado and then breaking them down. But if I pick Colorado, right? Do they win? Do they win the game if I pick Colorado?
I don't know, but
The
I mean,
last time I picked Colorado, they lost, right?
yeah, because you picked them against Kansas State. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, you gotta get out of it, man. Arizona, nah, they're a better team than Arizona. Like,
They are.
they're a better team than Arizona.
They are a better team. They are a better team. I'm
Even
going
without
with
Travis, they're still a better team.
but Arizona, man, they just
They just what?
bro, man, like
I mean,
when
they
you
got
watch them,
pieces.
man, you watch Arizona play the game, right? And it's like that. This new offense is like this new offensive coordinator, this new coaching staff they got over there. They get away from running the ball. Both of these teams need to run the ball. Both of these teams need to run the ball. It's a close game, but I gotta go with Colorado tonight, man. I gotta go with Colorado, man. I got to go with Colorado, man. I'm going with Colorado, bro.
I'm taking Texas Tech
I ain't picking that game.
over them
Tech,
old
yeah,
ass,
I got Texas Tech too in that game.
over them old ass Baylor players.
Um,
Oh my goodness. I guess I
Utah
take
State and New
Mexico
Mexico.
and I take San Jose.
You got San Jose State.
Yeah, I'm gonna take San Jose
Yeah, I
and
got them in that game too versus Wyoming. Yeah, I take them over that. James Madison over Georgia Southern.
oh
Um,
yeah, most definitely. They still disrespectful. It's still some Craig Cinetti and
Mississippi State and Texas A&M. Texas
That's an
A&M.
interesting game because they gave because Mississippi State gave put 31 points up on Georgia.
Yeah, they did.
So people look at that as a moral victory, but nah, Texas A&M is playing good ball right now, man.
Yeah, Texas A&M, Arkansas, LSU at Arkansas.
Man, I got fantasy players on Arkansas, but man, I got a fantasy player on LSU, so I'm going LSU.
LSU.
I'm going LSU, man. Garrett Nussmeier, the
Yeah,
best quarterback no one talks about.
I think I go with LSU. I'm going with Vandy over Vanderbilt over Ball State.
Oh yeah, man, the way Vandy playing right now, like crazy. They
Um,
4-2. They may make a playoff bid.
that's right. Arkansas State over Southern Mississippi. I think on Arkansas State.
I'm taking Southern Miss. Gotta go with the crib this week.
You know, you gotta go with the crib this week. Oh, when you
Oh,
say
this
that,
game right here. My dog DP said he taking Georgia. I said no, sir.
he took Georgia over Texas.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with Texas, bro. You already know. I'm going with Texas, bro. UCF and Iowa State.
Iowa State over the bums.
Yeah,
UCF for bums.
yeah. Kansas State at West Virginia.
Know how you feel about this guy. Know how you feel about Garrett.
I'm rolling with I'm rolling with West Virginia this week. I'm rolling with them
I run
again.
with Kansas State because of the fantasy DJ Giddens, a man
All right, we'll see.
amongst boys. Hit that
Yeah.
game. You know what they say? Did you
All
see
right.
what he did last week? You saw what he did
Yeah, I
last
seen what
week?
he did last week.
I did.
I seen what he did last week. I know what DJ Giddens could do, but I just don't think I don't know if he could do that against a West Virginia team.
Yeah, he go. Is he?
All right, we'll see.
Man, might come out there like 2 this week, 260.
We'll see. I got West Virginia in that one. Iowa at Michigan State. Iowa. I'm going with Iowa, bro.
I got fantasy player Caleb Johnson. Yeah, I'm going with Iowa. Even though you may say I'm being crazy, even though Michigan State has all the potential in the world to beat Iowa by multiple touchdowns, they just not gonna do it. Because they not they can't keep the ball to themselves.
I'm going with Memphis over North Texas, even though I know that.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
What
UK.
game that gonna be? I might watch that game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ooh, Florida versus Kentucky.
Yeah.
Give me the Gators.
You got the Gators in that one?
The Gators.
Jeez.
The Gators.
Man, boy, I don't know, man. I'm
going Billy told Graham Mertz, hey, take the rest of the season off. Take it off. We're going to put out a report that you're hurt. I got to save my job.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going with
SMU versus Stanford.
SMU versus Stanford. I'm going SMU.
Like SMU supposed to have 2 losses. Why did I think SMU had 2 losses?
I don't know. They undefeated in the ACC right now, and I think they keep it rolling. I think they came prepared.
It's gonna be a tough game against Stanford. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be a tough game against Stanford. I'm taking Stanford.
Okay, I got SMU in that game. I'm taking Colorado State over Air Force.
Gotta go with the brothers. UNLV got to go with the brothers. My man got the gold chain.
Oh yeah,
give my man a head coaching job.
Yeah. Colorado State, UNLV, and I'm going to TCU and Utah.
Man, this game's supposed to have Big 12 implications on it.
It is.
There's some implications, all right.
Damn.
They've been implicated. Man, you know what? I'm gonna go with TCU, man.
Damn it.
And the reason I'm going with them is because Utah, like, hey, look, Cam Rising gonna be back next year, so we ain't gotta. We can hold off another year.
Damn.
years of eligibility.
Is he playing today?
Oh man, they told him to sit out so he can get the 8th year.
Oh yeah, well yeah, TCU. I'm going TCU too for that, man. That's crazy. Oh man, ayo, that's our picks for today, y'all. Is this gonna be a very exciting day of college football? I gotta put my picks in. It's 12 o'clock. Thank y'all for walking with us, man, up until kickoff happened. I appreciate y'all who stayed around to listen to us, and you know what I'm saying, good conversation, bro. appreciate you as always, Shad. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, my man channel, subscribe, Shad1419. Show him some love, man. Be over there working, bro. We going through a lot, bro. Shad, I'm gonna get with you sometime this week, bro, so we can discuss some things, bro. But I appreciate you as always, brother. Stay up. Hey, y'all. Peace. Have a good one out there. Enjoy.